the report from the working group that had been set up 2 years ago by the General Assembly to review the Church's attitude to assisted dying, as it's called in this context. They produced a report, which a lengthy report, and one of the motions was to basically to affirm or to note the range of theological views held within the Church of Scotland and the integrity with which they're held, or words to that effect. And then the next item of deliverance was to the effect that if assisted dying is introduced, legalised, then there needs to be robust safeguards in place. So just simply on a very superficial looking at that, there was clearly, to my mind, a gap there. And then looking further at it, well, I suspected at that point that that clause in the deliverance, noting the range of views, was effectively, I mean, it had been affirmed by the convener at a previous meeting I'd been at, that it was an affirmation of all the different views that you could have, or the church holds, about this issue. So when we came to Saturday morning, the assembly started, I just felt the conviction, constraining, really, by God, I needed to put in a counter motion that I'd been thinking about over the week or so leading up to it, and put in a new section that simply said the Church of Scotland reaffirms its opposition, historic opposition to assisted dying. It's 149 for the one in my name and 145 for the committee, and I must say I was just surprised and pleased and moved at that outcome. Praise God for it. Yeah, our debate, of course, wasn't specifically about the bill. It was the principle of assisted dying or assisted suicide, as I pointed out in my speech. It is, I would say, technically assisted suicide, and I thought that was an important thing to say in my speech. Someone in the convener, I think, said that it's not a good bill, the McArthur bill. I noticed from the definition of terminal illness in it, section 2 of the bill, for the purposes of this act, a person is terminally ill if they have an advanced and progressive disease, illness, or condition from which they are unable to recover and that can reasonably be expected to cause their premature death. And therefore there is no even time limit given to that, unlike, I think, the English one, if I'm correct. But in any event, I concluded my speech at the General Assembly by saying that you cannot allow the principle, because once the door is open, as we know, that's it really. The safeguards then, as I said, I would believe cannot be robust enough to bear the weight placed on them. So there'd be an opposition in principle I would have to Liam McArthur's bill, but there are also significant issues, even just in that definition there.